Hello and welcome back to SirKentSaid.com. Now, this is another good one this weekend. It was limited to release to theaters, but it also dropped on Netflix at the same time. And we're going to talk about Frankenstein from director, and I always kill his first name, Guillermo del Toro. You know what I'm talking about. This Oscar winner gave us such movies as Hellboy 2, Pacific Rim, Pan's Labyrinth, Mimic. This guy absolutely, positively adores monster movies, and it shows up in all of his work because not only does he believe in it, it allows him a certain amount of freedom to be and celebrate being weird. And he loves it, and it shows up in almost all of his work. I'm gonna throw the spoiler alert here. Try not to give away too much. But one of the reasons he changed the ending of his telling of Mary Shelley's book was because of what happened to him and his father in real life. Back in the day, he's from Mexico, and when he was 6, his father, they won the lottery. Well, back in 1997, his father was kidnapped and held for 72 days for realsies. And the person who stepped up to pay the ransom and to help him was James Cameron. He had gotten to know Del Toro because of his work on The Mimic, and he knew the fact that he basically blew his whole wad making Mimic, the movie. So he paid and hired negotiators and everything, and they got his father back, and his father never spoke of it again until he was on his deathbed, and he finally sat down next to his father and asked him, okay, before you go, you really need to tell me what happened over the course of those 72 days. And their interaction served as a motivation for him twisting the ending of this movie the way he did. I am not going to give it away. I am going to say that after I heard this story, I got it. So yeah, if you know the novel, if you know the original story, if you know that the fact that the reason Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein in the first place was because she lost a child, and she was being haunted by this. You lose a child, you're going to be haunted by the child. But even back in the day when she wrote it, because that's just how they wrote back then, people thought that she'd either stolen the work from a man or was just the face of some man who wrote this novel. So, yeah. Let's get into the movie, shall we? The movie stars Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi as the creature, Christopher Waltz, and Mia Goth. I'm not going to go into great detail about the movie because it is, with the exception of a few twists, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. The difference is the bride, we'll call her, is actually engaged to Frankenstein's brother, not Frankenstein's wife. The reason she breaks it off, because she is attracted to Frankenstein, but she breaks it off, and then once she accidentally finds the creature, and in him she sees a lot of herself, someone who's trapped, someone who's misunderstood, and she has empathy for him, and she tells Frankenstein, yeah, you need to unfuck yourself. I like how the opening scene of them on the ice hooks you. Thank you, Del Toro, for opening with an action scene. Also, thank you for giving a lesson in how to shoot a fucking action scene properly. Thank you. He even had it down to the point to where the actor who played the creature, because he's made up of so many different body parts, you can see him struggling to get those body parts to move in unison while he's moving. So that was a nice touch. But that really, really hooked you in. Some of the background CG was kind of obvious, but that's okay. The sound effects were phenomenal. Get yourself a surround sound system, people. And I'm going to say it was also phenomenal when it came down to the disassembling of the bodies, because you just heard everything and it was all up in your face. So that was good. All in all, because I found out the emotional connection, the background to his changing of the ending and how he felt about the movie or the novel as a whole, that connection moved me. That connection touched me. That connection is going to make me give this, a 9 out of 10. It was that good. Yeah. If you are not touched, especially after the story I told you about from the background with this movie, then there's something wrong with you. You must be a Republican, because you're kind of fucked in the head if you don't feel that. So anyway, those are my thoughts, and I'll see you on the other side.